when the Supreme Court on 31st of January this year ruled that trial of civilians by the court-martial is unconstitutional, I inquired from the Law Council when the cases were transferred to civilian courts whether the certificate they gave me could suffice to continue in the civilian courts because it was the same case. I was advised I should apply for a fresh practicing certificate, which I did. On the 27th of March, I received a letter from the Law Council. It's dated 27th, but received by us on the 31st through the office of Bukwago and Company, granting me the certificate in the case of Kisa Besigye and Obed Lutare. I had asked to be allowed also to represent Aaron Chiza, who at that time was in custody and whose case is still pending. But the letter said that I had not given them enough information about Aaron Chiza's case. Despite being allowed to have a practicing certificate for the case of Obed Lutale and Kisa Besigye on the 27th of March, and despite having paid, because I subsequently in April, through again the office of Bukwago paid for the certificate, we have not received my practicing certificate to enable me to have a voice in court, to enable me to conduct my duties as lead counsel. So today I will be going to the Law Council to find where we are stuck, because the court received my money, but the Law Council has delayed taking the file to the court, to the registrar, where the certificate is issued. All these things do not build a lot of confidence. They leave question marks. While I'm grateful that my application was partly approved, I'm just wondering where the delay is, because it's hampering the preparation and conduct of the case, and we'll be passing by those offices to find out.
Well, it's on record. When this matter came up on 4th this month, we opposed the application by the state to have the IO, that is the investigating officer, cross-examined in camera. We strongly opposed the application. We had come for the hearing of the application where they are seeking to access the data on the phones of Dr. Besigye and Obed Lutale, and there is the investigating officer, Odiek, who had deposited an affidavit, and when we sought to have him cross-examined, they wanted that to be done in camera, in chambers. We opposed it. He said it offends the right of fair hearing under Article 28, and that every proceeding should be conducted in public view, before cameras and in the presence of everybody, members of the public. Unfortunately, the state carried the day because the magistrate overruled us. We considered ourselves dissatisfied. We registered our dissatisfaction, and indeed we indicated to the magistrate that we are seeking to have that order revised. So we have granted an adjournment today for purposes of filing an application for revision. Indeed, we went ahead and filed the application. It's miscellaneous cause number 17 in the criminal division of 2025, and it is now pending allocation to a particular judge who is going to hear it, and we process it for further management. So naturally, today's proceedings could not go ahead. We could not proceed with the application of the state seeking to open up the phones of Dr. Besigye and Obed Lutale before that application is disposed of. But the High Court is yet to have it fixed. There have been some changes in the administration of the criminal division of the High Court. There's a new chairperson, the head of the division, and many other changes that took place. So administratively, it was not easy to process it very fast. So we are waiting for court to have it allocated to a judge and heard. So today's proceedings had to be adjourned to the 21st day of May for mention. So that's exactly what has happened, and we still maintain there's no way you can have these investigations concealed and handled handled in chambers. Cross-examination, what is it that they are fearing? We want everybody to be in attendance as they are making their application and as we are cross-examining the person who is conducting investigations. So everything should be interrogated in the open, in a nutshell. So basically this is what our contention is all about. So we shall come back on the 21st day for that particular purpose. We also put in an application.
Extend the road.
You leave the road.
You extend the other side.
Keep a space. Extend a bit. First extend. Something. Hello.
We shall never, never, never surrender. 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 We shall never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Leave in my heart, I believe. We shall overcome someday. Museveni will die. Museveni will die. Museveni will die someday. War for freedom. War for freedom.